Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over the Menzies incident after his loss to Charlie Manby in the first round. This isn't uncommon for Menzies to do something funny after a match, but the severity of what he did was kind of ridiculous, which is why I'm pretty sure you guys have already seen a few clips of this or saw it on the news. I think it was on the New York Times. So what I'm going to do is kind of break down what happened afterwards and the whole incident itself, and then I want to go through and go over that last leg and kind of go over why he was so upset with himself to begin with. So Menzies made a bunch of compounding mistakes in the last leg of the match. That cost him the match, basically, or it cost him at least a chance to make the game 2-2 and have a chance to win the match. Charlie hit his winning dart, celebrated for a little bit, and then went to shake Menzies' hand. But at this point, Menzies was already punching the table. He had a bloody hand, and then he kind of gave him a hug and didn't want to get blood on him. And then he was walking all around disheveled. Kirk Bevins had to tell him to pick up his crap and get off the stage. It was kind of a shit show, I guess. And then I didn't see till today that he put out the firework display with his bare hands. If that's an actual firework display and it gets really hot, he could have really messed up his hand. But I looked into it a bit. I guess they use these things called cold spark machines instead of actual fireworks, so he didn't burn his hand. So I guess the only issue with these is that they make a fucking mess. Yeah, I thought he seriously burned his hand just because of my ignorance of stage equipment. And after that, I did one more check to see if punching a table could be harmful. And yes, it can, and that's why you see all the blood there. So Menzies should have looked this up beforehand. Being serious, clearly this was an emotional outburst from Menzies. It had nothing to do with Charlie, and I think it was mostly just disappointment in himself. He had a dart to go 2 legs up in the final set, and then he kind of made a bunch of mistakes, which I'll go over in a few minutes. Clearly he's got some issues he needs to work through. Hopefully the PDC doesn't give him too long of a ban or too big of a fine. He's always worn his heart on his sleeve, and I like him. I like to watch him as a player, so I wish him all the best. Menzies ended up providing an apology to everyone. He said, "First of all, I would like to apologize for what happened. I'm sorry that I reacted in the manner that I did. It's not an excuse, but I've had a lot of things on my mind recently, and I suppose it all just became too much at the end. It has not been an easy time for me with my Uncle Gary passing away recently. I saw him 4 days before he died, and he gave me a look which told me how much he thought of me. Had I won the game against Charlie, my second match would have been on the day of Gary's funeral, and that hasn't been lost on me. Let me say again, that's no excuse for what I did on the stage. It was the wrong thing to do, and I don't want to take anything away from Charlie. He played well. This is not how I would like people to view me. Yes, I can get emotional at times, but not like that, and that wasn't right." Pretty heartfelt apology there. I think he related his loss to disappointing his uncle in some way, and I think that probably added to the fuel. But overall, I feel bad for the guy. I think he ended up losing last year, first round too. And it's a tough time of year if you lose first round. You got to watch everyone play for the next 20-something days. So, all right, so let's get into what happened during the game that kind of led to Menzies having this breakdown. As I mentioned before, Menzies had a chance to go 2-0 up in the final set, but he missed the double 18 for the 156 out. And then Charlie ended up taking out 16, but it was on the third dart, so it was kind of a gut punch to Menzies there. So now it's 1-1, and Manby has 180 against Menzies 204, and he only gets 60 here, leaving 120. So Menzies is thinking 180 or 140 here, and he hits a single first dart, but then ends up poking 2 triples to leave 64. So Menzies is thinking here he has a pretty good chance that he's going to get up again and have a chance at a 64 checkout. 120 isn't the hardest of outs, but it's not a high percentage out for professionals. But Manby shows his class, hits the 120, and now he's throwing for the match. First 2 darts in the same hole, and then a bad deflection, which otherwise would have been a 180. Menzies comes up and hits 2 singles, and then gets a lucky triple there at the end to keep him in the race. And what does Manby do? 2 in the same hole again, and then throws 1 high. That one didn't deflect at all. But Menzies got to be thinking to himself, yeah, I'm kind of screwed. But he pops in a 180. Talk about being clutch. leaves himself 224 against Manby's 221, and he throws Manby off a little bit. He throws a triple-less visit. I think he leaves 164 here. Coming up again, Menzies pops another 140. He goes 97, 180, 140 to leave 84 in a leg that he needs to stay alive. That's crazy clutch. But then he hits the single. 83, hits the 17. I'm going to pause it here for a second. Leaves himself 66 after 2. Manby has 68 left. Probably, I don't know, probably a 40% chance he hits it. If he hits triple on the first start, probably even higher. But Menzies has 66 right now. What do you guys think you're supposed to go here? My thought is triple 10 or triple 14. The triple 10 leaves 36, which Menzies doesn't hate, and a single 10 leaves 56. You can go 20 double 18 or 16 double 20. If he goes triple 14, you got 42 leaves double 12, and if you hit the single 14, you leave 52, which is 20 double 16 or 12 double 20. But what Menzies does here, and I'm not sure whether this was on purpose or not, he hits the triple 20 to leave 6. I don't know if that was a brain fart or he was hoping to leave 46, which leaves you the opportunity to hit the 10 or the 6 as like a combo single shot. It's high percentage to hit the big number. But he leaves himself 6, and with someone that has their darts enter into the board with that high angle like Menzies does, it can easily block yourself going for double 3. All right. Well, Manby comes up, 68 left, and leaves double 16. So close. First match start for Manby. Now, Menzies comes up, double 3. That's not what you want when your life is on the line in a tournament. And like I said, blocked himself and then he threw high. So I'm going to pause that here. At first, I didn't realize what happened when I watched this. But once Menzies hit the 3 to leave himself 3, he steps over the line with his opposite foot before he releases the dart. His busting dart. So the last dart doesn't count. He leaves himself 3 because of a mental error. So basically 2 mental errors in a row. Just kind of absurd. You can tell the wheels are already spinning in his brain. Just self-sabotage already began with stepping over the line like that. And you can see him talking to Kirk, and then in the background you can see him swearing and getting upset. Manby's pumped up, talking to his mom, saying, "I got this." Hopefully that's his mom and not like his girlfriend or something. Sorry. So Manby walks up. He's got 16 left. Menzies is probably getting ready to shake hands, looking at what objects he can punch. Oh, and he realizes he has another chance now. His heart must be going through the fucking roof. Single 1. He thought he hit the 18, I think. He thought he busted. He's about to cry already. Good marker, but he busts it. And it's... I had some bets, and I had him in the bracket going a few rounds. So it's kind of upsetting in that way, but you got to root for the new guy. Manby comes up, and I think one last gut punch to Menzies in this match was the fact that how he takes this out. He goes all the way to the madhouse, takes it out on the double 1, and just like he took out the 16 in 3 darts, and how he took out the 120. Well, obviously, always need 3 darts for 120. But, all right, guys. And then there we go. We got the punch again. But yeah, hope you're doing okay now, Cam, and hope to see you in the tournament next year, brother. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.